Hello and welcome to part 2 of this guidance reading having to do with the Saturn and Neptune retrogrades that are going on right now. I feel like a lot of shifts are going on and a lot of changes are happening, and just on a personal level, I've been needing some guidance and just some, not confirmations, but in a way confirmations of how I've been feeling personally and kind of what's been going on, and just getting guidance from spirit and letting myself kind of be that conduit for not only myself but also for the collective, just because I feel like as much as this is an energy that I'm feeling, I feel like the collective is kind of going through a lot of these shifts together. So I kind of wanted to make sure or do this message more so for people that need some guidance, and just really need to somebody to tell them that everything's going to be okay, which if you needed somebody to tell you that everything's going to be okay, everything is going to be great, just keep the faith, keep going on your path, keep letting things play out the way that they're supposed to, and spirit is going to have you in their arms. You're not going to have anything bad happen to you, and even if you are going through a tough spot right now, just try to push through it. You are going to get through it. Don't doubt yourself, don't doubt spirit, don't doubt the things that are going on around you, just because you are so special, you are so worthy of love, of happiness, of the life that you want to live. You just have to start believing it and really pushing for that. But getting into the 5 cards that I pulled for part 1, I have Exchange, the Magician, the Hanged Man, the Lovers, and the Hermit. So off the bat with the Exchange card, I feel like, with that term exchange, it kind of in a way, it's making me feel like you're coming back to yourself, you're exchanging your spirit, you're exchanging your power back to what you're supposed to be doing with life. And really with the Magician, coming into your power, coming into this person that you're supposed to be, and recognizing your power again and not playing small anymore. I feel like, with the Hanged Man, you might be going through a time where you're going to be a little isolated, a little put on pause, but this is just so that you can have a lot of perspective shifts and a lot of enlightenment going into life. And with the Lovers card, I feel like you're coming into union with yourself again. I feel like there might have been things that happened throughout the first half of the year that might have brought you out of that, might have taken you out of who you were. And I feel like you might have gone more so into a divine masculine or a divine feminine energy, and now you're coming back and meeting those back together and really using that to your advantage. And I feel like the Hermit card at the end is really putting that emphasis on the fact that you might be going through this isolation right now, but this is only for your betterment. This is only to show you again who you are and really put you onto this path that you've been going down and that you were trusting the universe with. So with Exchange, let's get 3 cards. Let's see what's going on with this. And I'm going to try and speed through this just because of that long intro. But let's see what this exchange is all about. Okay, so we have the Fool, the Ace of Coins, and the Knight of Cups. So, and then the 9 of Coins at the bottom. So with the Fool, and with the Exchange, I feel like you are being put on a new path. I feel like you're starting a new journey. I feel like this has to do with a new beginning in terms of finances, some sort of new job, some maybe even a raise, a promotion, something like that, that's going to, with the Knight of Cups, really push you towards your dreams, push you towards this idealistic life that you have for yourself, that you've been manifesting, that you really want out of life. And I feel like, you kind of had to let some things go. I feel like you're exchanging certain aspects of your life to go on this new journey, to go down this new path, because what you were doing might not have been serving you anymore. And I feel like spirit is putting an emphasis on that and telling you you need to do things differently. You can't keep doing the same things and expecting a different outcome. And I feel like this is also with the 9 of Cups at the 9 of Coins at the bottom of the deck, really telling you that right now I feel like it's time for you to be independent, really put forth the effort to make this life that you want and push forward and become this person that you've been wanting to be for however long. So I feel like the more that you go through this, the more that you trust in your manifestations with the Magician, the more that this is really going to come up for you and really push you in that direction, because you are very powerful. You just have to let yourself believe it and see that maybe some things in your life had to go for a reason. Because it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to make better choices, to be a better you, because you have so much coming in for you. So I have the Sun, the Queen of Coins, and the 10 of Coins with the 10 of Wands at the bottom to clarify the Magician. So kind of like I was saying, you have so much coming in for you. It's just you need to like kind of get back into manifesting. I feel like you might have taken some time away from that. I feel like with the way things have been going, like it's hard to see that your manifestations are wanting to come into fruition. It's just you, I think, might have pushed them away for a little bit, maybe to go after things that you were wanting to do, but like didn't really know how to. And I feel like the more that you push for it, the more that you go into it, the more you're going to see things come in for you. Like you're going to see that Spirit really wants you to have these wins, really wants you to be this person that you're supposed to be, and wants you to have all this happiness. And I feel like Saturn and Neptune being in retrograde is really going to show you that, and really also put a lot of things into perspective, and really like lift the veil and lift the rose-colored glasses off of a lot of things for you, which might hurt, which might not be the like most fun thing to have happen. But once it does, I feel like you're just going to be in a much better place, and you're going to have these perspective shifts, getting me into the Hanged Man being clarified by the 4 of Coins, the Lovers, the 7 of Coins, and the World. These perspective shifts and this time of suspension is really going to teach you that you need to love yourself. You have to have this self-love and really put forth the effort in becoming and owning this person that you're supposed to be, and not letting others like get in the way of that, and like stop kind of self-sabotaging in certain ways. Like you might have to like put some boundaries up, put some barriers up with people that you were friends with for quite some time, but at the same time you might not have seen just how much they were taking from you, or like the things that you were doing were taking away from you. So I feel like the more that you like come into yourself, come into your power, the more you're going to see things come up, and the more love you're going to have for yourself. And I feel like with the Lovers card coming out twice, it's also maybe putting in like a nudge that when you do this, it's going to allow you to let love in. It's going to allow you to let a soulmate connection come into your life, because you're really showing yourself that self-love, and that you've been patient, and that you're letting Spirit take control, and taking the time to really let those things that you've been working on come to fruition. But let's see what this other Lovers card is all about. So we have the Tower, the 8 of Coins, and the 4 of Swords with the High Priestess at the bottom. So with this Lovers card, I feel like some foundations that you've built for yourself might have like fallen down, or maybe weren't built on a strong foundation. The self-love that you maybe thought that you had wasn't as strong as you thought it once was. So maybe some things happened, and that like made those foundations kind of fall and crash down. But I feel like this is just an opportunity for you to really start building yourself back up again, to really find yourself, to really find and live in your truth. And also like with the 4 of Swords, taking the time to rest. Give yourself that time to rest and recuperate after like having to let go of some things that happened in your life. And I feel like when you do with the High Priestess and then the 2 of Cups after that, this is really going to allow you to have time to like let love in, if that makes sense. So let's see what the Hermit card is at the end. This is probably that isolation piece of really letting yourself rest, and becoming more in tune with yourself, aligning with yourself. So we have the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the 5 of Coins. So yeah, I feel like you are going to have to walk away from some things. Some things might have to just come out of your life. You might be very anxious about this, and you might feel like you're leaving people out, or people might feel left out by you. But what you have to realize is this is all for your betterment. This is all for you to become the best version of you. And this is what I have for you. I hope you enjoy the reading, and I love you so much.